Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and not wait till it's Monday on the Tuesday show with Ted and CJ. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and not wait till it's Monday on the Tuesday show with Ted and CJ. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and not wait till it's Monday on the Tuesday show with Ted and CJ. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and not wait till it's Monday on the Tuesday show with Ted and CJ.
Zero. Welcome.
Hi.
Hello, and welcome to the Tuesday Show podcast with CJ and Ted. Not on a Tuesday, can't speak, but on a Friday.
Don't speak. I know just what you're thinking. I don't know the rest of the words.
No, okay.
So please stop explaining. I don't know. Hi. How are you? How are you, Ted?
Me, I'm good. I'm fine, thanks. Hey, we've been having a bit of sunshine, haven't we?
Right.
What's been going on?
The sun's been shining. My grass has been growing in the garden, and I need to get outside with a lawnmower tomorrow morning and get it taken care of.
Yeah. So that's nice, isn't it? At least the sun's shining.
Yeah, it's been lovely, to be fair.
Yeah. Although then comes the concern that that's going to be it, and then we'll go back to winter again almost immediately.
Well, I mean, it's still early April, so yeah, the chances are there's probably a freak snowfall about to happen in the next couple of weeks.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, maybe we'll get Beast from the East Volume 4.
Well, we keep on being promised global warming. I'm waiting for it to happen.
It's still cold, though. We keep saying global warming. It's still freaking cold outside, even though the sun's shining.
Yeah, that's right. No, wasn't it last year they tried to claim it was the hottest year of all time, or something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah, well, they took the temperature readings from the end of a runway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last year was that 23?
Maybe.
That's funny, because I remember the summer of 20... Oh, no. Hang on a minute. Summer of 22 was insanely hot.
Mm-hmm.
Like... Or was it 23? I don't know. All I remember is I was working from home.
Content, by the way.
I know, right? All I remember is I was working from home in my little one-bedroom house thing that I had, and it was so fucking hot. Like, I think that the temperatures outside went up to like 42 degrees Celsius. Mm-hmm. Audience, you can go convert that to freedom units. But it was crazy hot. Like, I've never known it so hot in my lifetime. Yeah. And the only reason I really remember it is because my boss was away in Ibiza for the week.
Mm-hmm.
And he came back and he was like, yeah, that was really nice. We're like, he was like, it's like 32, 33 most days. And we all just like, shut the hell up. And not in the usual shut the hell up because we have terrible weather. It was a shut the hell up because that's what we would have preferred over what we got.
Yeah.
Which was something. Yeah. So
yeah, I do kind of miss the summer. I like it.
Springtime is my favourite time of year, though. And I think I've said this before. Spring is my favourite time of year because of how the weather is. I mean, not right now, it's dark. But like what we've had this week, where it's been sunshine more or less every day. It's been cold in the morning, but then warmed up a little bit, but not so hot that because I'm so overweight that I immediately start sweating. Just because it's over 15 degrees Celsius. I love this weather. I really do. Yeah. Like I say, getting outside tomorrow morning to cut the grass is going to be amazing.
It's nice though to have the weather in such a way that you're guaranteed you don't need a coat.
Yep.
Because when you're not sure, then you got to faff around thinking, well, I'll have to carry one. I'm not going to wear it because it's going to be too hot. But you know,
to be fair, I went out. So I was in Birmingham yesterday and Wednesday for work, and I did actually wear a fleece. I wore my company fleece jacket because it was chilly in the mornings.
Yeah.
But it was also not so hot that I couldn't just wear it when I walked outside.
Mm.
You know. But again, as soon as I get in the car, I take it off. I don't like driving with a jacket on.
Surely, if it was Birmingham, it wasn't chilly. It was chilloy.
Just chilloy. It's chilloy.
Chilloy. I must have mentioned it on the podcast before when I was in Birmingham once working, and they wanted to. Somebody ordered a pizza, and there was talk about what toppings it would have, and this guy was saying it was talking about chilloy.
I remember.
Like,
yeah.
what? And I had no idea what he was talking about. He kept on saying the same word, chilloy. Chilloy?
Yeah, chilloy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do it in like a Brummie accent.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's coming across very well or not. Chilloy.
Chilloy.
Want some chilloy?
Chilloy.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Anyway,
enough of speech impediments due to geography. Good. So we're all fine. What's the date today? It's the 4th of April. It's the 4th of April.
it is 4/4.
That's going really quickly, isn't it?
Yeah, today is 4/4, and it's useful if you're also in America and write the date backwards because it's the same. So
4/4. Yeah.
Time this year is zipping past. I can't believe we're in April already. I mean, as I said it back in January, because usually you get to January and it feels like the January lasts for 3 months. It just doesn't stop. But even this year, January just flew past. I don't know where it went.
Well, I thought 2024 was quick, but it looks like this one's going to be another quick one.
Yeah, that's what she said. Yeah, start of April already. Did you get any April Fools on Tuesday?
No,
Me neither.
no,
Me neither.
no, can't fool me.
So you got to get up early in the morning to fool me.
Oh yeah.
So.
Well, actually, if you get up early in the morning, you won't be able to fool me. I'll still be in bed. So, yeah.
Well, so you got to get up early in the morning. I'd say about 8:15, and you might be able to catch me out.
Well, the thing is, April Fools doesn't last that long, does it? It's over by midday. So
is that really a thing? Because people say this all the time. They're like, "Oh, shouldn't do an April Fool after midday. It's bad luck." Is it? Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, but what if? Okay, and so let's say I'm on a continent that has multiple time zones because the UK doesn't. What if I just drive east to west, follow the sun, and just keep doing April Fool's jokes all the time?
I mean, don't worry too much. It's not real. I mean, it's not like the police are going to get involved.
Exactly. This is what I'm.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Why is it bad luck to do an April Fool after midday? And then who's midday? Because I could just jump a time zone and get an extra hour.
Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking,
it's like turning up late to a meeting. Like, well, especially if it's remote, you're like, well, I'm on time where I am.
Yeah. or just
get a VPN. You're like, yeah, I'm an hour late, but your time.
Obviously, I say obviously the clocks went forward an hour last weekend for the UK.
Yep.
So I did see a couple of people use that as an excuse for not turning up to a meeting. Like, oh, the clock's changed and I got the times mixed up. I'm like, you realise your Outlook calendar automatically adjusts for all of this, right? You that's not an excuse. It just does it. You still get the reminders like everybody else. Don't turn up an hour early or an hour late, or what would it be? It'd be an hour late. Yeah, don't turn up an hour late. Pretending that, I didn't change my clock.
Yeah. Was it spring forward, winter back or something?
Fall back. Yeah.
Fall back, that's it.
Yeah.
Bloody fall. I mean, ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean,
It's autumn.
I never heard that until I was in my mid-teens when someone said spring forward, fall back. I was like, what does that mean? Like, oh, because the clocks go forward in the spring and then they go back in the fall. And that's when I went, what's fall? Oh, it's the autumn. Then why don't you just say autumn?
Yeah.
Oh, because fall back, you don't fall autumn, do you? You fall back. Like, yeah, they're doing the crappy like motion to go with it. Oh, I'm falling back.
Yeah. Yeah.
You mean you're falling backwards? Okay.
It's really, I don't know, there's something very basic. It's like dealing with 4-year-olds or something. Like, oh, why do we call it fall? Call it fall because the leaves fall.
Because the leaves fall off
the tree, so we call it fall. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Fine.
Anyway, I'm not going to do any bashing. Anyway, so yes. Anyway, what have you been looking at on the internet? No, I'll rephrase that.
I say you really don't want to know that.
No,
you should never. Don't ask questions you don't want the answers to.
But you were certainly giggling about a couple of things earlier on.
I was. I just realised
that you wanted to share.
There we go. Look, you can actually see me now.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah. I sat in the dark for God knows how long. Nobody got in the chat to tell me I was, or maybe they'll get in the chat now and say no, turn it back to how it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a couple of things that made me chuckle, and I thought some interesting things to talk about. And yeah, so I'm just going through them now to find out which one's good. What's a good starting point? Here we go. So, well, last weekend, right? So not directly after the show, but last weekend, I was feeling a bit snacky, but I didn't want to cook anything.
Right. Okay.
So I went on to Deliveroo to see what it was about, where I then discovered that the local Taco Bell, which when I say local is actually a 25-minute drive away, was on Deliveroo and would deliver to my house. I was like, you know what? I've never tried Taco Bell, and I wouldn't mind giving it a go because I love Mexican food, but I also had low expectations because it's fast food. I was like, you know what? That's I'll give that a go. But before we get into that story, let's share with you why I suddenly thought about this. So this is from Mildly Interesting on Reddit. The Taco Bell in their hometown hasn't been updated since the 90s, and I mean that's just a horrific color scheme.
Yeah, it's not pleasant, is it?
No, it almost like burns my eyes more than the ring light that's staring at me right now.
It must have been updated though. That's not 90 seats. Unless, of course, it's like the Marie Celeste and nobody's actually sat on them for the last 30 years. Most
people just go drive-through now, don't they? That's the thing.
That's true.
How often do you go into a fast food restaurant to sit down and eat? I mean, I haven't done that for a very long time.
Only very rarely.
I mean, I remember it used to be a thing. Like I remember going to McDonald's and like the seats were like red and yellow and like it was really, full on 90s on brand. We're going to color everything the company colors, so red and yellow. That's what it is.
We had a strange one in my hometown. Not my hometown, but the slightly bigger hometown. It had it was a big McDonald's. It was on 2 floors.
Yep.
Obviously ground and first. Anything else would have been silly. And
not ground and basement. I've seen that many times.
It didn't just float. I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh yeah. So anyway, there was this. It was a big McDonald's. That's the point. Which was quite a novelty because there weren't that many McDonald's around at that point. I mean, now it's everywhere.
Yep.
What do they have? Oh yeah. So in there was a glass sort of display case. I mean, I say glass, it was probably perspex display case, and in it was like a samurai outfit.
Okay.
Like full, like sort of a samurai thing. Don't know why.
Because why not?
Yeah, I mean, I have to say, my hometown was not in Japan, so I don't know what that was about, but there we go. That was curious. I don't think they had samurais in every branch of McDonald's, and I wouldn't know why they had one at all.
No, did you like lift up the mask and it was like Ronald McDonald, inside the suit.
Maybe it was. Yeah, maybe it was.
That would have been the thing. Unless
Yeah.
it might have been something to do with the Happy Meal. They've done that.
You don't see much of Ronald McDonald now, do you?
No, I think there are too many people now in the world that don't like clowns, and I think McDonald's have realised this and have essentially just given him the axe. They've made him redundant.
Yeah.
Probably got a massive payout. He's been working for them for decades.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
yeah. So I thought
nobody likes clowns. That's why they all disappeared off to working down the street.
yeah, right. But yeah, so I found this picture of Taco Bell. I was like, having never been inside a Taco Bell ever, I have no idea if this is an accurate representation of the 90s or what they actually look like today. Also interesting to see that there is a poster for KFC up on the window inside a Taco Bell.
That's strange.
Yeah, which is a bit odd. Can I make this bigger?
That's what she said.
And then, whoa, that wasn't what I expected.
No.
Oh, come on, now my thing doesn't want to work. Come on, there we go. Right.
God.
There.
So angry, hit the roof.
I know, right?
Extra crispy.
Yeah. Why is this
that's
inside
definitely-
Taco Bell?
Yeah, right, okay. I'm going to call bullshit on this post now.
Well, I'm looking.
And there's a cup as well.
Yep. Now, and I'm also going to go over here.
Oh, yeah.
Taco Bell, KFC, and there's something underneath it as well. So I reckon this actually, I'm going to call the bullshit as well. It's one of these like when you go into like a motorway service station, you've got McDonald's, KFC, Burger King, and then just like a massive communal eating area. I reckon that's what this is. Maybe like in a food court, in a mall, in a shopping centre or something.
Or it's AI.
Or shall we interrogate it and see if it's AI-ish?
What else has it got in terms of posters? Because there were other posters
There were
on
other
the other
posters
window.
there, yeah. So you've got Cravings
That's
Meat
a taco.
Savings. That's the Taco Bell advert. And then this one's I can't go any further over, I'm afraid. That's a Taco Bell. And in the picture that I'm looking at, which unfortunately you can't see on the screen, on the very far right, there is another Taco Bell poster.
Right, okay.
So I'd guess it looks like maybe Taco Bell are the primary, looking at the state of
And there's
these
a picture
things.
of an old car on the
wait,
wall.
Wait, what? An old car? Oh, yes,
Yeah,
up
that's what it
there.
looks like, yeah.
Yes, it looks like an old, is that a Model T?
Yeah,
Yeah, it looks like a Model C Ford.
yeah. But odd.
Yeah,
That is odd.
that is odd. I mean, I'm not seeing
Yeah.
anything that indicates it's AI.
Well, it's quite clean.
It's very clean, yeah.
It's almost too clean.
Well,
What's on the table?
well, I was gonna say, I'm
something on.
going to look
yeah.
at these. These chairs just here are out of alignment. Oh no, they're the old swivelly chairs. Do you remember those?
Yeah,
The chairs that yeah, they didn't have like you literally just would twist them around. I remember them. They were all wicked.
yeah.
As a kid,
What's on the
they were wicked.
what? If you go down?
It's this detritus just here.
Yeah, no, go down. Can you go down? Left a bit.
Oh, I
Up a
see.
bit.
Yeah, so a bit more detritus on the tail. That's as far left as I can go there. Yeah,
Okay.
bit more. It looks like a straw wrapper, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Much like.
I don't want. I don't know what to make of that. If you're watching, get in the comments and let us know what you think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There we go. I thought that was mildly interesting. But yeah, it got me to thinking about my first ever Taco Bell experience, which was last weekend, and it was fucking awful. It straight up tasted like feet. It was disgusting. Like, so I'll get like I'll get a little bit of everything so I can try all of it, because I know the stuff is small. Being a fast food restaurant at the prices they are, it's going to be small. So I was like, I'll get like a crispy beef taco, I'll get a beef burrito, I'll get a chicken, spicy chicken burrito. I got some like chicken nuggets. They call them nacho chicken, but it's triangle shaped chicken nuggets. So I got some of those. Got some of their fries as well. The crispy taco shell wasn't bad. It just fell apart though, and I was just like, "Well, it's everywhere now. Great."
Yeah.
The burritos straight up tasted like feet. I don't know what they do to their wraps or anything like that, but literally I took like one bite of each of them and just threw them away. They were all so bad. And I never throw food away. This is me. Anyone who knows me knows I love food and I don't like food waste.
The fact that you're telling me that you've thrown food away tells me everything I need to know.
Exactly. I actually threw them in the bin. I couldn't. And actually, I'll circle back to that as another interesting point out of it. So I threw those away. The chicken nuggets actually were the best bit of it, but again, they just tasted very generic. I think McDonald's chicken nuggets are better. They weren't that good, but they were probably the most tolerable part of the entire thing. And the fries were just awful. The fries weren't good. They're soggy and sloppy and just horrible. So I can categorically say I'll never be going to Taco Bell ever again. The other interesting part was about the burritos. So I put them
Taco Bell end, more like.
Right. So I put them in. I put them in the bin. The next day, when I open, so I've got one of these bins where you press the thing and the lid opens, and then you press it back down to lock it. I opened the bin to put something in, and the smell that came out of my bin. We're talking. I ordered this stuff in the afternoon one day, threw it in the bin, early evening, and we're talking the next morning. I was like, "Holy hell, that smells so bad!" My bin, it had next to nothing in it, but I still had to take the bag out and just go put it in the outside dryer. So bad. I'm never going to Taco Bell again.
Oh, there you go.
Ever.
There's one to avoid. Talking of American fast food, I went, actually, it wasn't that long ago. It was certainly maybe a month or so ago. Christ knows. I mean, time flies so quickly.
It really does.
So at some point last year, no, it was this year. I think it was. I'm sure. Yeah. I went to Cambridge.
Okay.
What happened there? Oh yeah, I went to Wendy's because it was Wendy's.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to go to Wendy's. I want to try Wendy's.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me as detailed a description of your experience as I just did for Taco Bell.
I can't even imagine how many times I've slept since then. But all I can remember is, the burger was okay. I did eat some of the fries, so they were probably okay.
So, So let's go a bit more generalised then. Better than McDonald's, but for burgers.
Wait, I've remembered something. I had fries with something. It was like chili cheese fries.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah. And they were really good. They were tasty. They were good. It was a worthwhile trip. Not that we went there specifically for Wendy's, but yeah, no, I would go again.
Okay.
And that's the thing, isn't it? If you'd go again, then it was successful.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm literally on the Wendy's website now, just looking at locations and trying to see what's near me. I feel like there's one there. There's one about 20 minutes south of me. There's one about 45 minutes north of me in Leeds. I think they're the two closest ones. Why is there not one in Nottingham actually?
Yeah,
that surprises me. Or Leicester.
Yeah,
but yeah, there's one in Derby. About 20 minutes away from me, and then one in Leeds, which is a bit north.
Yeah, you see, you doxed yourself there because somebody could triangulate that and go, well, if 20 minutes from there, such and such and there.
Well, the trick with triangulation is
drone attack.
The trick with triangulation is the clues in the name. You need three of them. You need a triangle. It's not a rectangulation. No, that's not even a thing.
No.
Okay, I mean, all right, let's go with Cambridge then. Cambridge is about 3 hours from me, so
right.
Depending on which route you take and in how bad a traffic. Yeah, no, Derby's about 20 minutes away from me. Maybe if I'm in the area, I might stop in.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to try a Wendy's. And the other one that's popped up in the UK over the last couple of years is Popeye's Chicken.
Yes, not been there yet. In fact, there's one in Cambridge, and there's also one in Northamptonshire.
Of course, there's one in Cambridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm literally just looking. I'm now looking at Popeye's UK locations. London, Westfield, Stratford. Oh, it's literally giving me a whole thing. Right, here we go. Restaurants, Popeyes. No, don't accept cookies. Walthamstow, there's loads in London. Derby. So there's one in Derby, there's one in Nottingham, one in Meadowhall, which is a little bit north of me.
Mm-hmm.
Teal Park, I'm not entirely sure where that is. Use control and zoom, are you stupid? Actually, I think I looked at it at one point. I'm sure there was a Popeyes that could... What was it? Was it Popeyes or... Oh, no, it's Dunkin' Donuts. I was looking at Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, yeah.
So again, I haven't made it a secret. I love Tim Hortons coffee. And there's a Tim Hortons right next door to the Taco Bell that I ordered from. I can't get a Tim Hortons delivered here. Yet there is a Dunkin' Donuts. So they do coffee and donuts. That is further away than Tim Hortons, and I can have Dunkin' Donuts delivered to me if I want.
Yeah.
I haven't gone that far yet because I'm not sure I want to do it. It's one of those that if I find myself in an area with a Dunkin' Donuts, I'll probably pop in. But I'm not going to put myself out to have Dunkin' Donuts delivered. It's just not worth it. I think again Derby's the closest Popeyes for me. Have a look for you. Just dox you while we're here.
Well, I mean, it's about 5 minutes away.
Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, is that on the site of the old TGI Fridays by any chance?
No, it's near there though.
Because it used to be TGI Fridays, KFC.
Oh.
Then massive car park space, and then the cinema. Unless it's a bit further up, where the bowling alley is. Sorry, anyone that's not from Northamptonshire has no idea what we're talking about right now. Let me have a look. Control. So I've literally got it on a map here, so I'm just having a look.
It's near Five Guys.
Oh, it's on the other side. Oh, it's next to the BP. It's next to the petrol station and the travel lodge. I gotcha. I got it. Yeah, okay.
Right, I've lost you now.
You've lost me?
Yeah.
Oh, I can see you still.
No, I mean, I've lost what you're talking about.
Oh, the Popeye's chicken.
There is a traveller. Yes, you're quite right.
Yeah, I was going to say, literally as you go near the football stadium, there's a BP petrol station with an M&S food. And it's off that same, as you come off that exit to go to the petrol station, it's off that same bit.
Yeah.
By the looks of it. Anyway, that's a thing. There's one in Leicester. There's one at Rushden. So I used to live near there, near the lakes. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so sorry, people who are not from Northamptonshire and have no idea what we're talking about. That's just interested in Popeye's chicken. What other? I'm trying to think. What other new? I say new. What other?
Should we take a very short break?
Sure, that sounds good to me. Let me just get everything ready to make sure we're good to go with that. Right, we'll be right back, everybody.
We'll be right back.
Yeah, and we're back.
We are indeed.
I was actually quite getting into this tune that's on right now. It's so there's a channel that I follow called Tom Scar and Friends. And the tune that's playing right now, which you can't hear it right now, but there is a tune playing. They used it for their like closing credits thing, and they did like a little voiceover thing that just said, "Hey, you, thank you all for the money." Yeah. I was like, that was pretty cool. Anyway, I'll turn that down now.
Eid.
Eid.
Maybe that's what they're for. Fireworks.
Oh, fireworks. Oh, okay.
Yeah. There we go.
I'm going to ask a really dumbass question now.
Yeah, go for it.
What's
I
Eid?
won't know the answer.
What's Eid? For the viewers and listeners at home that don't know, what's Eid?
I don't know.
Okay, good.
I honestly, it's some sort of religious festival.
How do you spell it?
E. I. D.
Okay. Let me prefix that with what is. Because I just typed in Eid and got all sorts of stuff. Eid translates to festival or feast in Arabic and is a significant celebration in Islam. There are two major Eids celebrated each year. Eid al-Fitr, which marks... I'm butchering these names or pronunciations. I apologise if any...
Doesn't al-Fitr work at Quickford?
I was just going to apologise to our Muslim community if there are any listening or watching, and you've just gone, isn't Al Fitter work at QuickFit? Fuck. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Which marks the end of Ramadan. There we go.
Yep. Anyway, so
marks the end of Ramadan.
Yeah.
Did I just say Ramadan? Dennis Ramadan?
Anyway. Moving swiftly on.
Yes.
Away from cancellation, and it is what we would do. I tell you what, could we do Cat of the Week?
We can. Now I need you to give me a signal when to press the jingle because we completely crashed it last week.
Did we?
We did.
But did we, or was it just me talking through it?
It was just you talking through it.
Oh, okay.
Here comes a jingle.
Okay.
Brace yourselves, everyone.
Braced.
Cat of the week. Meow meow.
Meow meow.
Meow meow. Right.
Oh, anyway.
Anyway, for Cat of the Week, here's a Cat of the Week. Hopefully you can see this.
Oh, you want me? You
from
need
my screen. Yes.
Yeah, you need that. Yeah.
Here we go. This is actually on Reddit as well. This is a cat. It's the title is My Slutty Cat. This is Margaret Scratcher.
Piss off.
Margaret Scratcher. That's quite a good name for a cat. I came into my office and found her like this. I don't even know where to begin or what kind of talk we need to have.
What's the quote from Titanic? Paint me like one of your something. French girls.
Yeah,
like one of your French girls.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I've never seen it.
I was like, only ever having seen Titanic once and not really enjoying it that much. Yeah, I've got nothing.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
that is a red cat. That's like a
That is quite a red cat,
fox
isn't it?
red cat, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it looks incredibly pissed off.
And people have joined in with their own cats.
Nice.
So here was these are the honourable mentions after Cat of the Week. So this is Dewey, or it was Dewey. If only my Dewey was still around, they'd make a great couple.
Ugh, cat people.
There's nothing wrong with cat people. Or cats.
I quite like TiVo though.
Yeah, TiVo looks cool.
TiVo looks a bit stoned.
Yeah, just a bit.
Yeah.
There's another one. I do like it when they sit like that.
Yeah. I mean, cats just sitting like trying to emulate a person. Or I guess not trying, but like emulating a person.
Mm-hmm.
It just looks weird, but funny at the same. It's a funny weird. I was watching a YouTube video the other day, and there's some people and they've adopted a pregnant cat temporarily. So they don't want their like local cat shelter doesn't want cats to deliver in the shelter because it's not the best experience for them. So they
definitely not deliver Taco Bell.
They definitely don't deliver Taco Bell there. No.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they do. I don't know. But anyway, they basically call for volunteers to take pregnant cats home. To allow them to give birth, and then essentially they go back once they've found families for the kittens, and hopefully the cat as well. It's a massive ploy, because they go, here, look after this pregnant cat in the hopes that you're going to fall in love with it and not give it back.
Yeah, plus a kitten, at least one kitten.
And at least one kitten, because kittens are incredibly cute. Yeah, once they've gotten past the newborn looking like a rat stage, they're incredibly cute.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, but they then pan the camera around to their existing cat, which is a ginger tabby. What? Okay, there.
You nearly said pan the cat.
So they panned the cat around. They pan the camera around to their...
A cat Doppler effect there.
Yeah, right. Meow. They pan the camera around to their existing cat, a ginger tabby, and it was just sat on the couch like a person and looking like really chubby and everything. And I guess it was maybe the actual real life Garfield. I'm not sure. And they were just like, "Yeah, our current cat does not look happy about this at all." I can't remember what the cat's name was. It was a weird name for a cat. But anyway, so yeah, that was a cool story. Oh right, we're back to you now. There we go.
I've just realised they go big if you press on them.
Yes, they do. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What she said.
Well, that's a bit of a strange one. Now this is a chilled dude. That's how I would look if I was a cat.
I mean, the colouring is correct.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's not far off, is it?
So yes, I agree.
Yeah, it's got the whiskers.
Yeah, just a slightly open mouth, as if it's going, "What?" or "Come at me, bro." Yeah, do something. Try me. You know,
Yeah.
Insert caption here. That's literally what the cat is saying. Insert caption here. Or top text, bottom text. That's what it's saying.
Yeah.
Wait.
What's
on.
his name? It doesn't say. That's no use.
Oh, wait, before you go on to the next one, right? So something incredible happened at work today. So in Microsoft Teams, what we use for meetings and stuff. I've known for ages you can use emojis, and you can put GIFs in there as well. They're limited GIFs, but there's now they have stickers in there now as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you can put stickers on your Teams chats. But if you search through the stickers, I can't remember what the option's called. But you click on it, and they're all customizable. So you basically make your own meme in Teams.
Yeah.
It's fucking incredible. I spent about an hour today just sending memes to people because it was so fucking funny. Like somebody said to me, what was it? I was talking to my supplier about buying some laptops and things like that, and I was like, "Come on, get the price down, blah blah blah." And he was like, "Look, I'm not trying to be greedy, but I just can't do this. I can't go any lower." And so I got a picture of a cat that was like surprised, and I was like, put his name at the top in the on the top text, and then the bottom text just said "greedy?" me ? And I sent it to him, and he called me within like 5 minutes. He went, "What the hell?" And I had to explain the whole thing to him, and he was like, "Oh my god!" So I'm now spreading the good news. If you use Teams, stickers are a thing, and you can customize some of them as well. So go for it. Anyway, back to cats of the week.
Yeah. It looks like he's got, he's been working out.
He does. He's literally flexing.
Yeah.
He's like, "Have you bought tickets?"
Yeah, it's a bit like the arm emoji.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, that facial expression says, "Have you bought tickets to the gun show?" And he's flexing to go with it. That is a cool cat.
That is a cool cat.
I love it.
So, I'll tell you what, talking of stickers, I've discovered this on my phone that you can make stickers. So you just get a photo and then you can turn it into a sticker.
Oh, nice.
So that's fun. Like, what did I send you the other day?
Didn't you send me the fucking leopard at one point?
The leopard. What leopard?
The...
Oh, no, because I made a meme with
leopard.
you and a leopard.
Yeah, the leopard.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
The leopard.
Yeah.
You'll have to go check out our social media to find it.
Yeah. I thought it was you with a leopard next to you, and the background was 9/11.
Yes.
And that wasn't the worst one.
Wait, have I still got them? I've got to look through my phone. I'm sorry, I've got to look through and try, because they were... Literally, you sent them to me, and I was just like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Because that leopard came from a photo of me being asleep whilst we were on a camp with the organisation, and the cadets were like doing they were in a flight simulator, and I was on a chair in the background. I fell asleep, and you took a photo, and then you sent it to me with a fucking leopard in there.
Oh yeah.
As if to go, here's what you missed while you were asleep, and it was a leopard walking past. Oh, so good.
But yeah, no, the stickers. Like I sent you one. Did I send you one with Sooty?
Yes, you did. Yeah.
I sent you Sooty. Yeah.
Let me go. Let me go and watch that.
Most photographs you can take. It just takes away the background, and then it becomes a sticker.
Oh.
Well, it certainly does on the iPhone anyway.
Clever. So I'm literally going through. Right, here we go. Media, links, and docs. Can I show this on the show?
Yeah, sure, go.
What the hell? Oh my god, that's so good. So
Yeah.
good. I don't have the City sticker though. I don't think it auto saves it into my.
Yeah. God, your
my
hair looks
photos.
different, doesn't it?
My hair does look a lot different. Oh, look
Yeah.
at that. Speaking of old Ron, there you go. You sent me this as well. I don't know why.
Don't know. Do.
Well, the thing with GIFs and memes and shit that you send to people, when you then just go back looking through them, there is zero context to any of it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes it funnier.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
She's just like, why did you even send that to me? Like I sent you this as well. I don't know if you remember seeing that. It was a thumbnail I made for one of my videos, and it was called Icon Has Cheeseburger.
Yeah.
And of course, I put in the Icon Has Cheeseburger cat in there. That was funny. But again, without any context, you'd have no idea.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, anyway, sorry.
Anyway, yeah. So there we go. Yeah. And that is Cat of the Week. Don't know if you want to run the jingle again.
I will. Stand by, everybody.
Go for it.
Cat of the Week. Meow meow.
Meow, meow. And we're back, everybody.
I was trying to time that so I could blow my nose whilst the jingle was up, but...
Oh, well, just so you know, when the jingle plays, we can still talk and the people will still hear us.
Or hear me blowing my nose.
Or hear you blowing your nose or scratching your bum or whatever.
Yeah, it's not that loud.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, there we go.
Yeah, there you go.
What else we got?
Oh, I don't know. I'm literally just looking at... See, I went through looking for stuff this evening for today's show, thinking, yeah, this will all be great, funny stuff to talk about. And now I'm looking at it going, yeah, it's a bit trash.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit trash. Oh, so I bought myself an Apple Wallet. So it's one of the MagSafe things that sits on the back of your phone.
Oh, right.
It's as an Apple one. I haven't got it with me, so I can't show it to you. It's downstairs in the drawer with my car keys and my other wallets. Basically, because I love like Apple Pay, or if it was an Android phone, the old Android Pay or whatever. I really like Apple Pay. And I like the Apple wallet that exists within my phone. The only thing that I can't put in there, which would mean I could completely get rid of my wallet or just not carry my wallet with me, my actual physical wallet, is to be able to put my driving license in there. I think we've discussed this before. I just want to be able to put my driving license in there. That's all. And it's that if, for whatever reason, I ever get pulled over by the police or I'm required to show ID for something, I can just pull it up on my phone and it's there. Now, there are some states in the US that do this, that allow this. You can just literally scan your ID and it'll put it in as a card. Like you can put in gift cards and club cards and all that kind of stuff in your wallet. Mm-hmm. But you can't do that with a UK driving license. So it's meant that I've had to carry my physical wallet with me just for the sole purpose of having ID on me. Mm-hmm. Not anymore, though. I'm annoyed at myself that I didn't think of it before, but you can buy it. It's literally a little fabric pouch that magnetizes to the back of your iPhone if you've got a MagSafe iPhone. And you can literally put your cards in the back there. You know, Ridge make them as well. You know, everyone's heard of Ridge wallets and that kind of thing. But these are the Apple genuine one, and it magnetizes the back. So now I don't actually have to take a big, bulky, physical wallet with me anywhere anymore. It's so good. I'm so happy. Literally, all that's in there is my driving license.
But then, couldn't you just put the driving license inside your phone case?
No, because I fucking hate it when people do that. It's really annoying. But it's also because it's an Apple genuine case. I don't care about that. But it's actually really difficult to get the case on and off of this thing.
No,
okay. I take it off periodically, probably about once a month, so I can clean it because it does get dirt and dust in there and stuff. But it's actually a bit of a faff. And if you don't do it carefully, I think I suspect I'd probably break the case at some point when I do it, and that'll really annoy me. So yeah, I didn't want to do that. I've seen people do it, and I kind of get why they do it. But no, I'm a bit of a purist as well. I'm like, no, the case goes over the phone. It's not designed to have anything in there, and also because it's MagSafe as well. I think if I left my driving license in there, it might affect the wireless charging.
Right.
I haven't tested that theory though, so I don't know. That's pure speculation on my part.
Okay.
But anyway, the reason sorry, you're about to say something. Go on.
No, saying you say you've got wireless charging then.
Yeah. So it's got wireless charging.
So which kind of iPhone does wireless charging?
Anything from I want to say the 12 onwards.
Oh, I've got a 12.
I mean, how would you test that? I don't know. Find a wireless charger and see if it works.
Yeah, I'm not going to find a wireless charger anywhere, am I?
Yeah, I know the 13 definitely had it. Mine's a 14. It's definitely got it. And everything after that has got wireless charging. I think the SE still doesn't have MagSafe charging on it. Even the latest generation of the SE doesn't have MagSafe charging. But yeah, basically any normal, mainstream iPhone from the 12 onwards, I believe, is wireless charging. Somebody can correct me in the chat though if the 12 doesn't have wireless charging. I had a 12 mini and I don't remember whether it had wireless charging or not. But then again, I wasn't really paying that much attention. I wasn't using it that much. I think it did. I'm pretty sure my wireless charger. I had that when I had my 12 mini, and it worked. I'm pretty sure, but I might be wrong.
There you go.
There you go.
The people, some people, I don't know whether they were duped on the internet or something, but tried to charge their phones by putting them in the microwave.
Yeah, people are dicks and stupid.
People are stupid.
People are just stupid. Put your mic. Okay, yeah, all right. Put your microphone in the microwave. Yeah, I've seen. Yeah. Put a battery in the oven. That was the other one. Put your battery, or put your phone in the oven, or put a battery in the oven for 20 minutes, and you'll get charge out of it. It's not how it works. It's not how electricity works, people.
No, it's just melting things. Yeah.
That's like saying put your, put your leftovers in the fridge and it'll warm it up. No, it just won't. Put your scissors in the freezer and they'll become sharper. No, they won't.
Yeah.
Ruby's got in the chat. Hi, Ruby. Welcome. According to
chat.
Yeah, according to Google, it does have wireless charging capability. Thank you very much.
What, the microwave?
Maybe. No, the iPhone 12. But anyway, so there was a whole reason why I started talking about wallets, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't just a flex that I've spent £60 on this flappy bit of fabric to sit on the back of my phone to hold my driving license. That was not the whole point of it.
Right, hang on, back up. £60?
60 quid, yeah.
60 quid for something that attaches to the back of your phone that you can put your card in?
Yep.
That you put one card in?
Yep.
Just your driving license?
Well, that's what I put in it, but you can put multiple cards in there.
Oh, I'm sure.
But it's also...
It's
basically...
Also what?
It's a built-in AirTag as well. So what happened when I put it onto the back of my phone, it immediately came up on the screen saying, wallet, and do you want to add this to Find My? So I can actually have it on... I will know where... I guess the downside is because as soon as you take it off, it doesn't have a battery inside it. So as soon as you take it off, it only knows what the last location was.
Right.
So like at the moment, it says CJ's wallet was at my home address 2 hours ago, because that was when I took it off.
Yeah.
After I'd finished messing around with it.
Yeah.
But then you can also turn on like lost activity. So essentially, if somebody else found that, picked it up, and held it near their phone, or tried to put it on the back of an iPhone, it would come up to say whose it is, and if I turn on a particular feature, it will give them my phone number so they can call me.
Oh, okay.
To tell me that they've got it.
Yeah.
Which is why I'd never put money in there.
Yeah.
But also, they've got my driving license, therefore they've got my name, address, date of birth.
Yep.
So they can just go and just have everything of mine.
Yeah.
let's just call it identity theft at that point.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, sorry. So there was a specific reason why I started talking about wallets, and it's this. So I found a wallet on Saturday. I left a note in a way so only the real owner could contact me. And it says, black wallet found. You can contact me by solving this equation. 030532468 plus DDMMYYYY, which is their date of birth, and it's with a little arrow and an annotation that says your birthday, which will then equal that person's phone number. I think that's kind of ingenious. I mean, you also need to be able to do maths and make that work.
Right. Okay.
I think that's quite ingenious. I found someone's wallet. I guess there's obviously no ID in there or anything that makes it, able to give it back to the person who lost it. Again, if I lost my wallet, my ID is in there with my name and address and date of birth. Excuse me, sorry. But that's kind of cool. It just means that not anyone is just going to come up and be like, "Oh, you've got my wallet," and then you have to go through that rigmarole of, "Well, can you tell me what's in there?" And you have to, because that was I don't know. I guess that's the thing. But then it says on Monday I'll deliver it to the police station. This is quite clearly UK as well because the date format is correct.
You got to wonder what is in the wallet, because if you've got bank cards, they've got your name on. Driving license got your name on. Probably even your, I was going to say Blockbuster, but even like other cards, like library cards, stuff like that, it's got your name on it.
Yep.
So it's not difficult.
Oh, you found my wallet? What's your name?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, see ya. Right. Yeah, that's how simple that one is.
Yeah. I'm still, it still aggravates me whenever I see posts on Facebook saying, "Oh, I found this wallet."
Yeah.
Or I found this. Well, the worst thing is when people, because very often it's a bank card. So they'll be like, or even a driving license, they'll hold it up, obscuring the name.
Yep.
And say, "Has anybody
Is
lost
this you?
in such and such?" And you just say, why? Why would you do that? Right? You've got Facebook. Like everybody. The chances are, if you're an adult that has a driving license, you've probably got a Facebook account. So, like, first of all, if you could bother to type and take photographs of people's cards, just type in the name, and it might pop up. And you're like, "Oh, that's in my, that person lives in my town according to Facebook. It's probably them. I'll send them but again, send them a message." If somebody's lost their bank card, the first thing they're going to do is cancel it anyway. So they're not going to necessarily give much of a toss about getting it back.
Right.
And also, people, I mean, even stupid things like people have said, "Oh, I found this outside of the bank." Walk into the bank.
Yeah, go give it to the bank.
"I've just found this outside."
Well, like I say, the driving license thing, it's like they'll obscure all the personal data and they'll put the photo up. "Is this you?" It's like, their address is on there. Just put it in the post box, man.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Or if they are local to you, just go and pop it through the letterbox. But it's this, social heroism or something. I don't know what. There's probably a proper name for it, but
social twattism.
Yeah, social twattism, social
antisocial twattism.
Yeah, social media dipshittery. Seriously, Exactly. If you've got someone's bank cards, go hand it into the bank. If you've got their
Yeah.
driving license, put it in an envelope and post it to them, or deliver it to them, or again, just give it to the police station and they will do it for you.
Yeah.
And you don't have to spend any money. It's like, what are you trying to achieve? Are you hoping that that person's going to reach out to you and be like, oh my God, thank you very much. I'll come to you and come and get it. And then you have to give your personal details out or arrange to go and meet this strange person that could end up shanking you or whatever. I don't know. Just fucking put it in the postbox, man.
Yeah.
Do the world a favour.
Do the world a favour and just stop.
Tell you what I would do, actually.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking about it, and if I ever find myself in this scenario, I'll probably do this. That is, if I find someone's wallet with a driving license or bank cards, I'll take a photo of it. I'll reactivate my Facebook account to post it to Facebook, just with a comment that says, don't worry about cancelling your cards, just freeze them because I'm going to go and hand these in and you can go and get them. Or I'm going to post this back to you. Or I'll have it securely delivered back to you, so don't panic. That's what it would be. It would be a, don't worry, I've got it, I'm sending it to you. You don't need to cancel and go, because it's a faff as well. When you have to call your bank to say, I've lost my bank card.
Increasingly not the case, though.
No?
Because, if you've got the app...
You just do it on the app now, don't you? Yeah.
You just do it on the app. You just say, freeze the card.
Yeah.
Done.
That's what I do. Just freeze the card.
Oh, no, I've lost my card. Oh, no, I just solved the problem.
Yeah, just freeze the card.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, but even then, you just kind of go, especially if you do rely on the cards rather than things like Apple Pay or things like that, you got to wait a week for a new card to turn up. It's like, oh, what a nightmare. But if I found it, I'd be like, don't worry about it. Don't order a new card. It's on the way. It'll be with you tomorrow. I've put it on overnight. Yeah, unless you're in another country, then you might have to wait a little while. Just I'd say then, contact your bank. But yeah. Plus, I'm not going to pay out for international shipping.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, good. Anyway.
Good. There we go. That's another public service announcement.
Yep. Stop posting shit to Facebook.
Stop posting shit on Facebook.
Yeah, that is just stupid. The new Reddit icon's a bit annoying, isn't it? On your phone. I don't know if you've seen it.
I've not seen it.
I mean, I'm sure there's a reason for it. Maybe somebody in the chat can tell me. There you go.
I don't think I have it on my phone.
Yeah, so there you go. That's what the new Reddit icon looks. I spotted this the other day on my phone. I was like, "What is that?" The new Reddit icon. I don't know what it means.
I don't have the app on my phone.
No,
I don't really use it apart from just looking for cool and interesting stuff for the show. Talking of cool and interesting stuff for the show on Reddit.
Yes,
I haven't got anything, but what I have got is something mildly interesting.
I like
probably not cool, and I haven't even read it properly. So let's have a look.
Here we go.
Here we go. It's relationship advice time.
Yay!
And Ted.
Make a relationship advice time jingle.
I will do. Yeah. I am 37. Caught my girlfriend F37 sexting her co-worker. So, because that's how we start sentences. So, caught my girlfriend sexting with her co-worker. She says it was for attention because of her issues with body dysmorphia. I'm really struggling to accept this as a legit reason. Can I just, from the very outset, even if that was like a legit reason, it's also still not a reason. She says she wasn't getting off to the text, but the texts were very sexually orientated and included many nudes from both parties. Gosh.
I mean, why haven't you dumped her already?
Yeah, I admit I've always struggled to give compliments or speak when I think out loud. However, over the last 3 months, I've made significant improvements in doing so, but she says they don't seem sincere. The guy she was sexting made her feel good about herself. On top of that, she's completely whipped her phone clean, which seems alarming. Oh, I think he means white.
Is that how you delete your stuff off your phone? You just like that. Just whip it. Whip it good.
Whip it good. So, yeah. That's a different type of podcast. Her apologies do seem sincere, but having a hard time accepting her answers. What's everyone's thoughts? Does that sound legitimate?
I love the first comment on there.
What's that?
She was cheating, plain and simple.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I caught my girlfriend sexting with her coworker. Okay, I mean, my feelings on things like that are quite strong, and it's I just get rid of her. You shouldn't have to put up with that. She's clearly not happy with you, so just end it. And you're now not happy with her, so just get it over with. Call it a day.
Yeah, no, you're probably right.
I'm not going to go into the whole is she cheating or not argument, because I don't know what constitutes cheating. I feel like that's very subjective.
No, you would imagine that there's probably an intention to anyway.
Yeah.
And if we're talking about nudes,
I'll say it's nudes. You're gone. Bye.
Yeah. Which doesn't fit in with her excuse, which isn't an excuse, even if it was a valid excuse, it wouldn't be valid. Which is that she's got issues with body dysmorphia.
What's that?
That she thinks differently about her body than the reality.
Well, fix it. In the nicest respects, right?
In the nicest possible way, it's bollocks.
Yeah,
because if you've got a real issue with your body, the last thing you do is start sending nudes to a coworker.
Exactly.
Like if this was somebody that she just met online, right, and this was quite an anonymous sort of a thing, then you'll get onto the grounds of kind of, okay, this is why I did it, to get some, validation, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
But this is a coworker. That's
weird on its own.
Yeah.
You never shit where you eat.
Yeah.
Yeah. True story. Don't shit where you eat, because it only ends in tears for everybody. But okay, right. I'm not happy with my body. I hate the way I look. I actually hate my body. But I will never describe myself as having body dysmorphia. It's the fact that I know I'm overweight and unfit, and I think I look terrible. What I should do about that is fix it.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, that wouldn't be body. Right. You're overweight. And everyone around you knows that you're overweight.
Yeah, they do.
That's the difference.
Mainly because of Stewie Griffey following me with a fucking trombone all the time.
Exactly. If everyone around you thought that you weren't overweight, then it might be a sort of more of a mental issue for you. But no, that's not dysmorphia. That yes, what?
Maybe that's it. Maybe this is where body dysmorphias come from, where people go, "Yeah, I'm overweight. I don't think I look good. I could probably do with shedding a few pounds." And then other people go, "Ah, you look fine. Nothing wrong with you."
Are you saying that body positivity causes body dysmorphia?
Maybe.
Well, there we go. We've got to the root of the problem.
Yeah, we figured it out. Well, no, because I remember, right? I mean, I've been overweight for a long time. It's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. I am trying to lose weight, but it's very slow, and as I said many times, I love to eat anyway. But I remember, even when I was younger, I'd always be like, I'm overweight. I need to lose weight. I need to get fit. And then my brother said to me once, he went, "Yeah, but you carry it well." I mean, what does that even mean? And I think he just meant by the fact that, I'm not so overweight that I drag my feet or, can't walk 10 paces without getting out of breath. I actually walk at a fairly fast pace, not as fast as some people, but I think I walk at a quite a reasonable pace, 120 paces per minute, 30-inch paces. So yeah, comments like, "Oh, but you carry it well," comes over, or "No, but you're not, I And I guess because I don't exert those, those physical signs of someone who is grossly unfit, that people just go, no, but you're fine. And then maybe that's other people might be in the same situation, and that's where the body dysmorphia bit comes in, because they go, no, but I really don't like how I look, but everyone's telling me that I'm fine, but I know I'm not fine.
Yeah.
That feels like something I've heard somewhere. Like a meme. Like it's a piano and some woman going, and then everyone tells you you're fine, but really deep down inside you're not fine. I don't know. If you know, you know.
It just makes me, what you said makes me think of the meme where there's two women talking to each other, and one says, "Oh, do you know something like, does my, am I fat?" And the other one said, "No, you're beautiful, blah 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 blah."
Yeah.
And then underneath there's two blokes, and one says, "Am I fat?" And the other one says, "I only know 5 over, fat people, and you're 4 of them." It's like completely different approach to talking to your friends.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really good. I remember that one. Yeah, I've seen things like that where it's like, so am I fat? No, you're just, whatever, voluptuous.
Yeah.
And then, like you say, two blokes. Am I fat? Yes. Yes, you are. Maybe that's what I've needed all this time, is for people not to just pander to me and think about my feelings, but just tell me what I need to hear, which is, you're fucking fat. You're gonna die. Pull your finger out, you knob.
Yeah.
No, don't pull your finger out your knob, because it shouldn't be there
it shouldn't
anyway.
be there in the first place. I mean, that's...
Yeah, but pull your finger out and get fit.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. When I've said, I'm overweight, I need to lose weight, and why don't people just look at me and go, well, what are you waiting for then? What's your excuse?
Yeah.
Just tough love, man. That's what it should be.
I'll tell you what the excuse is. You don't need to. But if every morning you knew that there was a Royal Marine bloody PTI, and he's going to turn up at 7 o'clock and beast you to hell, you'd be changing stuff up, wouldn't you?
Yeah. See, that's what I need to do. That's where part of my lottery winnings are going. It's to a PTI.
Yeah.
So I can have someone to fucking beast me into shape.
Yeah.
There's a guy I used to work in one of my old jobs. The chief exec's dad, who was still a owner of the business or something. I used to go around to his house every now and again to help him with IT stuff, and a couple of times I go around and he literally just finished working out, and the guy's like in his 60s, and he's like, just literally got tell me you're rich without telling me you're rich, kind of thing. But he was like, just personal trainer's just been whipping me around for an hour or whatever, and I was like, I wish I could afford that. That is the kind of motivation I feel like I need, because I really struggle with finding my own motivation to get off my arse and do something. I do. I enjoy watching TV and playing games and, eating food. They're my favourite things to do. Exercise is not even close to the middle of the list of things that I enjoy doing. And the fact that I can get out of bed without groaning like an old man, or tie my shoelaces without getting out of breath, tells me that I might be okay. Yeah. But at the same time, I still weigh 292 pounds.
Yeah.
Which is a lot.
Yeah.
In metric, that's 135 kilos ish, which is about 21 stone, give or take. I'm sure you're probably looking it up on your phone. What's the conversion? I can actually tell I do have a conversion thing, because not everyone works in freedom units like me. What do we want? Mass. I love that. I need to know how much I weigh. I need to go to the section called mass. 292, 20, just under 21 stone.
Right.
Like I say, which is 132 kilos. 292 pounds. So there you go. There's all the versions. I mean, I could probably do it in fucking metric tons at this point. But everyone knows, based on those numbers, that is too much. That's too much weight. I need to lose at least another £90. I need to get down to about £200, maybe 220. Which will put me down to about 100 kilos ish.
Yeah.
Which will then be a healthy weight for my height and build. It's a long process, and the thing is, if I'd started, and I was talking to a colleague about this because I'm in a challenge, if you like, with one of my colleagues. She's trying to lose weight as well. We do a weigh-in every Saturday morning, and we've started now giving each other a really hard time if we put weight on. Just to see if that helps to kind of kick us into thinking about stuff. But I'm not going to deny myself the things that I like in the name of losing weight. Because like I say, it's not this is all I've got. It's I enjoy this and I want to enjoy the things I enjoy.
Yeah.
I've just got to be a bit more careful about what I'm doing. Like, so for example, every month I'll buy 2 6-packs of bratwurst from Tesco. I love bratwurst. It's so tasty. But what was happening is both of those 6-packs would be gone before the end of the first week. Now I'm in a much better position where I can actually control that and go, you know what? No, I'll just have 2 in a hot dog bun each. And I'll put on a little bit of ketchup, maybe a bit of cheese if I'm feeling adventurous.
Yeah.
And that's it. And actually, that's enough. That is actually now I'm finding that is more than enough for me. I don't need to destroy 6 bratwurst in one go. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
No, I feel like I'm getting better. And well, the weight is. I was actually looking at the chart, the graphs earlier on. So from the start of the year, I started at 298 pounds, I think. No, 299. And I'm down to 292. Okay, you're going to say in 3 months you lost, 6 or 7 pounds. I know it's not a lot. But for me, that's progress.
Yeah.
Considering, like I say, I can eat like food is going out of fashion, like the world's going to end tomorrow. That's how I eat. Because I enjoy food. But I think I'm getting a lot better now. Anyway, how do we get onto that? Oh, body dysmorphia.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's fine. It's just, things like people saying, well, you're tall or you carry it well, actually are not really helpful.
No, my knees are not carrying it well. I can tell you that for free.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing. You find yourself having difficulty, and then you kind of put up with it.
Yeah.
And you lose a bit of weight, and you go, actually, I got up a lot easier.
Yeah.
Or I feel a bit more. I fit into these clothes. That's weird.
I found my tactic though,
Yeah.
and it's a really stupid and probably really unhealthy tactic. But my caffeine shakes. It's called Sneak. It's a natural caffeine drink, but the ones that I make with milk, essentially just go straight through me. My body doesn't process milk that well anymore. Right. I'm almost forcing my body to clean itself out every time I have one.
Great.
It's working.
Although now isn't there a new pill that you can take to lose weight?
Oh, there's pills, there's injections, there's all sorts of stuff coming around now. So again, the colleague that I'm in a challenge with to lose weight, she's looking at the injections, and you can get them on the NHS if you can prove that you've been over a certain BMI for more than 5 years, and I think it's over 35 BMI for more than 5 years. At which point I went, I could have done that. But I actually went and deleted in light of the new challenge to try and lose weight at the start of this year. I actually deleted all the historic data. It would have skewed the results on averages and things like that. So I just went, well, I'll just again clean slate, get rid of it all. And then she was like, oh yeah, but if you can do this, you can get the injections. I'm like, well, I'm not looking for a medical solution to this. I don't think there's anything wrong with me mentally that makes me not lose weight, that I then require medical intervention. I just need to stop eating. But yeah, so anyway, but she's looking into that now as well. And actually she's been giving me updates. This week she's been giving me loads of updates. Like she's like, I'm going to drink 5 litres of water a day or something, some crazy amount of water that I'm like, she was like, I'm going to do this from now. And I was like, don't do that from now because you'll just end up spending your day pissing like a racehorse. Like you got to work up to that. But no, she's on salads and she's calorie counting and is doing pretty well, I think. I'll find out in the morning whether she's doing well or not when we do a weigh-in.
One thing I would say is anybody who's actually listened or watched this podcast for any length of time will probably remember a good 6 years worth of us saying to each other, "Yeah, I'm going to." It's time
This
to lose
year.
some weight.
This year's
I'm going
the
to lose
year.
some weight. Well, definitely, I'm going to get on it.
Yeah.
All this. So yeah. Anyway, going back to whatever this was, relationship advice.
Yeah.
So we got one comment here which I thought was quite good. Well, you called her. She reacted. She cast blame again instead of accepting guilt, buried proof, etc., etc. She actively cheated on you and only came somewhat clean when she was caught. The relationship may never recover, and you will always doubt her and the co-worker. Up to you how much pain you want to tread through.
The thing with that is, okay, so it says the relationship may never recover, and you will always doubt her and the co-worker. It's just always going to be it's always going to be in the back of your mind, isn't it?
Mm.
I want to go out and have a girls' night. You'd be like, do you though?
Mm.
Maybe you actually get it's that potentially completely unintentional and completely innocent, but you just be like, I don't know, I don't know if that's actually what you're doing, and then you end up doing crazy shit like tracking them, and just be like, what?
Yeah.
I think
there we go.
But for me, that would be really difficult to get past. Because it would just always be in my head. I'd be like, well, you did it once. What's going to stop you doing it again? Yeah.
But no, but that I thought was a very good point, actually, because what she's actually done is sort of shifted the blame. Shifted the blame by saying, well, no, it's because I don't get compliments from you. Like, or maybe it would have been best just to fess up to it.
Yeah.
Just, well.
Exactly. You know what? Honesty is the best policy.
Yeah.
It always is.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there is something fundamentally wrong in the relationship if you feel the need to go through their phone to begin with. That's just my sweeping statement on that one. I've never felt the urge to go through anyone's phone, ever. Not even once.
Well,
what am I looking for?
Everything is a bad sign as well.
What's that, sorry?
Deleting everything is a bad sign as well.
Well, yeah.
Though, how did it come about in the first place? I'm just going to go a bit. I caught my girlfriend. So how?
Well, it doesn't say how.
We don't know how.
The only way to find out is to either be like looking over their shoulder, or I don't know, to basically take their phone and look at it. They've just put it on the table and left it unlocked, and you've gone, oh, I'll have a quick flick through. But again, you've got to ask yourself, what are you looking for?
Yeah.
When you do that, what are you actually looking for? You're looking for proof that they're not doing something? Because, again, if you need that, you clearly don't trust or believe in the relationship. Or are you hoping to find something because, again, you don't trust or believe in the relationship and you're looking for a reason to end it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. It's like, what do you want to find?
Yeah. What possesses, or what's in your head to make you think, I'm going to take this person's phone, full of their private conversations, and essentially make them not private? It's like eavesdropping. It's literally like bugging someone's landline phone back in the day, just so you could listen into the conversation. Or remember in the days of landlines, if you were lucky enough to have more than one telephone on your landline, you could pick up the receiver on the other one, cover the microphone, and listen into the conversation. Is that where we're at? Is that what we're doing, just in text form now? It just feels wrong when people do that.
Well, it doesn't explicitly say how.
No, it doesn't.
He knows, but
I'm making a wild assumption, of course.
Yes, absolutely. But even so, I think in terms of the wrongs, she was in the wrong. But again, it's the reaction. The reaction saying, "Well, no, it's your fault." Effectively,
Right.
it's your fault because you've given me body dysmorphia.
Well, no,
is,
she hasn't said that he wasn't giving enough compliments. He's put in there, I'll admit I've always struggled to give compliments or speak what I think out loud.
mm-hmm.
However, over the last 3 months, I've made significant improvements in doing so, but she says that they don't seem sincere.
Yeah, so she's saying something about it. She's saying, "Oh, yeah, you don't give compliments when you do this. It doesn't sound sincere."
Right, okay. Yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
I stand corrected on that one.
Yeah. And the ones, the guy she was sexting did make her feel good about herself. So she's telling him, well, he made me feel good about myself.
Oh, okay, pack your shit, get out. See ya.
Yeah.
You like his compliments so much, go and be with him and he can give you all the compliments under the sun.
Well, yeah, and again, largely because she's blaming him. Well, anyway. So that was that.
I look at things like that and I think about blame and the blame game and all this stuff, and it's like, I just think, I don't really care. If you want to blame me, blame me. I don't give a shit. You know, what are you going to do? Go tell all my friends? Well, if my friends take your side, they're not then really my friends, are they? So if they are my friends, they're going to be like, whatever, love, just off you go do your thing. You know, this whole, so I mean, that's happened before to me, where someone has basically, you know, messaged all of my friends or people that I know and told them what's going on, and then, you know, and it's almost like there's an expectation at that point for them to take sides, and you're just like, go away. If somebody came to me and said, like, and you know, if you or your significant other messaged me, not that I talked to your significant other, that you know about, I'm kidding. If you or your significant other came to me and was just like, oh, I've just caught him cheating, or I've just caught the other person cheating, oh, they're such a dick, blah, 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 I'll just be like, leave me out of it, I'm out. But just don't talk to me until it's resolved. Thanks. I don't want to be involved. That would be my reaction. I'd be like, nope, go away. I do not need that level of drama in my life.
Yeah.
So just go. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah.
So long, and thanks for all the fish.
Well, the thing is, there's no benefit. In fact, there's no benefit of actually, well, certainly going to Reddit.
Right.
But there's no benefit going anywhere, especially to somebody else, because A, they're probably not going to be interested. B, the person that you're talking to is only going to get half the story. And you can't judge it on, I mean, there's going to be two sides of the story, and it's going to be told in two different ways, so that, you know, you might have a person who's told all about it on both sides, and they've got a completely different picture of what it's like.
Yeah.
Depending, of course, what the people are like.
Yeah,
because if she's, you know, saying, "Oh, yeah, it's his fault," blah 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 blah, her friend might be like, "Oh God, here we go again."
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But we've heard this tune before.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, even the whole Reddit thing, you know, you've gone to Reddit to post your grievance, you know, essentially throwing it out into the wild. Okay, there's no, you know, personally identifiable information in there that I can tell. But again, what are you looking for? When you post that on Reddit, what are you actually looking for? Confirmation?
Yeah, it's looking for the validation.
Yeah,
looking
validation.
For somebody say, "Nah."
Or are you looking for a reasonable explanation to the opposite of how you feel to help swing you back towards that person? Is that part of the motivation there?
Because it could be either way.
It could be, but I just don't think that's what you're going to get. All you're going to get is everyone going, "She's cheating," plain and simple. You know, "Oh, poor bastard is conditioned to blame himself for everything." Blah blah. You know, "Oh, woe is me." You know, you're not going to get the opposite to that. You're not going to have someone go, "Oh no, it's just completely innocent. I've done this before, and it was completely innocent. It was fine." Well, no one's going to say that.
Yeah.
Never. So.
Yeah. The only difference would be if it was done the other way around. So, if she posted and talked about it, obviously giving her side, then yes, bearing in mind there will be people who don't know her and they might be quite judgmental. But there will be a small number of people who go, well, hey, you got to do what you got to do, and if he's ignoring you, then that's fair play. I mean, there will be people that would take her side.
Maybe.
I think so.
Again,
Yeah.
then the bit I just thought about that was, is that the full story?
No, might not be.
And let's say, for example, that F-37 is the one posting that, saying, I got caught cheating on my boyfriend because I was sexting with a co-worker. It's because it says it was for attention because I have issues with body dysmorphia. Sorry, let's put that back on the screen so people can see it. Because I have body dysmorphia, and he's now really, really struggling to accept this as a legitimate reason. Swap all of the things so it's literally the polar opposite of that. No extra information, nothing. It's just that narrative from her perspective. Are people still going to be like, no, you're completely right. It's absolutely fine. It's totally innocent and legit. No, everyone's going to be like, what the fuck are you doing?
I think there would be some. I'm not saying it's completely legit, but I think there would be some that would say, he needs to blah blah blah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you can. No, I absolutely bet there'll be comments saying, yeah, well, that
he should be more
to me. Yeah. Blah 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 blah. Yeah.
Yeah, you're in the right because he should have been more attentive. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, he's controlling. Anyway, let's not go any further with that because I'm fed up with the stupid situation.
Well, speaking of body dysmorphia and weight issues and everything that we were talking about earlier as well around my weight, I am very scared that once
it's a bit of a heavy subject.
It really has been, yeah. So I have a nice set of digital scales, like glass scales, and it measures like body fat and bone density or some shit like that. I don't know. It measures more than just how much gravity affects me. It's it does more than that. And I found this picture actually, and I'll put it up for you now. And this is a fear that I have, that one day I'll stand on my scales and this will happen, where the whole thing will just shatter. And I'll be left with this frame of the weighing scales, but just covered in glass.
Yeah.
I'll just be like, well, that sucks.
Yeah. I mean, how? I mean, these things are tough, aren't they?
They really are.
Can
I click on that? Give me a larger image there, and then I can zoom in. Oh my god!
Don't stand on your scales wearing golf shoes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Now, can we just the amount of hair that exists on the floor around here? Do they have a cat? This looks like a lot of cat hair or dog hair. Hopefully not pubic hair.
It's a very heavy cat, if that's the case.
I was gonna say that's a very heavy cat. Yeah, literally, it's similar to what it's literally. Yeah, so like a toughened glass top with a crossbar underneath it, which is what does the weighing. But yeah, look at that. But I'm also now wondering. So I'm sorry, I'm looking at these cables down here. They go underneath something. So what are you standing on to weigh yourself?
It looks like it's on a table, doesn't it?
Yeah. At which point you're either standing on the table yourself to weigh yourself, or you have moved said broken scales to the table,
along with all the shards,
to demonstrate a point.
Scattered them in the right places.
Yeah. What?
What? Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense to me. But anyway,
that's a step. It might be on a step.
I'll say it looks like it might be a step because you got.
Yeah, can you zoom out again?
Yes.
And enhance. Yeah, I can't quite. Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, because I'm wondering what this thing at the top is. Looks like a curtain or something.
Or a bed.
Well, it could be a bed, actually. Yeah, maybe that's like the foot of the bed, or I don't know.
But yeah, it could be curtain. I don't think that really matters. What matters is somebody's so fat they've broken the scales.
Yeah, they literally broke the scales.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is a fear that I have, that one day I'll weigh myself and this will be the result. At which point I'll probably just give up. Especially like the challenge with my colleague at work. I'll just send her a photo of the broken scale, be like, I'm out. I'm tapping out, you win.
Or worse still, if you've got electric scales and they say, no, one at a time, please.
Right when it just comes up with ERR. Just like, oh, God. Right, so I've got my kitchen scales, they're digital. Again, but if you put too much weight on them, it just comes up with ER, error. And I'm just like, maybe my digital scales will do this one day. It'll just be like, Because actually, when I bought them, I remember when I bought them, it was, I think it was June 2021. And I was looking for ages to find a set of digital scales which had all the fancy bits that comes with it. I'll tell you what it measures in a second. But that could also sustain my weight or handle my weight. Because most of them have, what I'd say, I won't say it's a low limit. For normal people is a high limit. For me, it's quite low. They usually go, can support up to 120 kilograms. And I'm like, I'm significantly more than that. I'm an extra, 40 bags of sugar heavier than that. So I'm like, I need to find something that can actually hold my weight. So yeah, it took me a little while, but then I found these. But then I'm like, I did worry at one point that I would end up being too heavy for them. I think the weight limit is 150 kilograms on my scales. It was a nice round number. I quite liked it. But yeah, anyway, it measures my weight, my BMI. I guess that's calculated just from my weight and the other stats that I've put in there, like my height and my age and blah blah blah. Body fat, body water, skeletal muscle. BMR in calories, which I think is that like your maintenance calories, like how many calories you'd need to maintain. When it says 2,084 calories as a BMR. I don't really know what that means. Anyone in the chat know what that means? Let me know.
BMR, what does it mean?
BMR. It's also got fat.
It might be body mass ratio. Tells you how much of your body is made of bacon.
I'll say bacon mass ratio. It gives me fat-free body weight, which currently says 175 pounds, so I'm essentially nearly double that. It actually says my body fat is 40.9%. Subcutaneous fat. I don't know really what that means. Isn't that like things that are below like the skin and muscle layer?
Oh, right, yeah.
I think subcutaneous fat. Then you got visceral fat, muscle mass. I'd love to know how it knows my muscle mass, even though I'm so. Well, there you go. Bone mass. Giggity. 8.8 pounds, ladies. Yeah, let me tell you. Protein, and then body age.
Right.
Now, I'm 39. Guess what it says my body age is?
38?
I wish. I'd look a bit more like Jason Momoa if it was the 38 body age. 45, which surprises me. But then again, like I say, I'm not grossly unfit. I mean, I can't run. I don't even run a bath. But I can walk without getting out of breath. Yeah, that kind of thing. But so it measures all of this stuff. So you have to put in certain bits of information like your height, your age, and I think there was a couple of other bits I had to put in there as well. But what it does, when you stand on them, it's got like a electric contact pad. So I'll just go back to this picture for a second.
Yeah.
So in the corners, on top of the glass, are metal contacts, on mine at least. So when you stand on them, your feet are supposed to touch, both on the left and both on the right. And I think it puts like a small charge through it.
Yeah.
So it can then measure your body water and all that stuff, and that's how it like detects the voltage needed to actually get a current to go through, and that's how it can tell how much body fat you've got, or
I see, yeah.
that kind of thing. It seems pretty clever.
Yeah. It also seems like there might be a bit of guesswork involved in that.
I feel like there's a small amount of guesswork, but then again, there were calculations for things, but how it would ever know my bone density, I can never tell you. I can't tell you how it knows. But for something that cost me £21 at the time, I'm not complaining.
In money or weight?
Both. I mean, haha, good one. Yeah, if it cost me 21 quid though, I wasn't complaining. It tells me how much I weigh, which is I say it tells me how much I weigh. And that's really the most important bit. The rest of it is all value add as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
As long as it's accurate, that's all I'm really worried about. I mean, but again, I don't know how accurate it is. How do I figure that out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go have a look on the scales in the gym or something.
You assume I go to a gym?
No, I realised as I was saying it that was a ridiculous.
I'll pop around the corner to the pharmacy. They have scales in there, right?
Well, there you go.
I'm sure pharmacies have scales.
I'm sure
some of them do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or GP surgeries do. They often have a scales, or that kind of thing that you stick your arm in, and it takes you to see your blood pressure and checks you're okay.
I mean, there's a solid, undeniable, like incontestable way of telling if I weigh the same as a duck or if I'm a witch or not, and that's if I weigh the same as a duck, then I'm a witch.
Mm-hmm.
So. But that's a Monty Python Holy Grail reference for those that didn't understand that.
Yep.
I know you got it.
Yeah.
In case anyone that's watching or listening didn't get it, that's the Monty Python Holy Grail. Yep. So if she weighs the same as a duck, then she's a witch.
Yeah. No, it's fair cop.
Yeah.
She did weigh the same as a duck.
Yeah. That's what she says in the film, isn't it? She goes, well, that's a fair cop.
Yeah. That was Connie Booth, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Who was being tried as a witch, yeah.
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 And he's like, did you dress her up? He's like, they dressed me up like this. Did you dress her up like No. Yes, we did, yeah. We did the nose.
Yeah.
I love that film. It's so good.
Yeah. Oh dear, it's a silly place. Yeah, so there we have it. Do you know what? The chat's been incredibly quiet, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been a slow one today on the chat.
Yeah. Everybody's just coming to terms with how quickly the year's going by.
Yeah. I just saw something on your screen about a guy that pulled out of his best friend's girlfriend or something.
No, that's not as interesting as it first sounds.
Okay.
Actually,
fair enough.
No, in fact, if you go over to it, I'll show you. My best friend, 32F, pulled out of my 33F wedding. So pulled out of the wedding, not pulled out of anything else. Yeah.
You're right. It's not as interesting.
No. No.
Worst pull-out game than Brexit.
Yeah, you don't pull out of a wedding and then wipe it on the curtains. Anyway, let's go. Let's have a quick look at this, though, whilst it's on the screen.
So the dress is white, so what does it matter?
Yeah. So anyway, a couple of 30-somethings. One pulled out of the other's wedding. Refused to say why. How do I deal with the aftermath? This post is less about advice about the situation and more about advice for the after effects. Well, the feelings don't want to feel.
There's loads of YouTube videos on After Effects, so go ahead and watch those.
Okay.
That was an Adobe joke.
Was it? Oh yes, of course, yes. I'm getting married. That classic joke genre.
Yep.
I'm getting married soon, and made the mistake of trying to book my best friend as my wedding photographer. Here we go. This is just it's going to be one of these stupid back and forth.
Mhm.
You know, she said, he said. She seemed happy to do it. We discussed it for years. She's my childhood friend, and even asked to help me with prep for other parts of my wedding. Sadly, 2 months ago, she pulled out of it and asked for space away from me. Oh, and refused to tell me what was going on. She says she's not going to have. She's not going no contact, but she can't handle this emotionally. I'm not sure what this is. I'm not sure what this is. Yeah.
I've got a good idea what this is.
Yeah. Well, I found a new photographer and I'm moving forward with planning, of course. Lol. Don't know why lol. There's sadly this bit of empty space in these celebrations I thought would be filled by her. Well, no, she pulled out.
Yep.
When she told me she needed space, I told her I would respect it and be here when she got back. Like I said previously, this was about 2 months ago. I don't want to put a timeline on how someone processes their feelings, but this empty space left is starting to be tainted with bitterness because I wouldn't have done this to her. I feel like a fool for being sad about it, but at the same time, can't seem to shake it. Well, it's hard to shake it when it's been pulled out.
True.
It doesn't help that the lead up to this was me asking why she was doing this and her responding with, I just needed to respect her ask for space and drop it. I guess my question is what to do on my end in sorry. I guess my question is
Do whatever you want to do on your end. Who cares?
I guess my question is what to do on my end in regards to my feelings. I'm just sad and would greatly appreciate any outside perspective.
All right.
Well, we've got no idea because she doesn't know why. Nobody knows why.
I've got 2 reasons.
Yeah.
Bridezilla, and she just wants the fuck out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Or something happened between the photographer and the groom-to-be.
Yep.
And she just wants the fuck out of there.
Yeah, could be.
And
Well, nothing happened between them, and it was just she really she likes him so much. She can't bear the thought of being at the wedding.
maybe.
Like Love Actually.
Yeah.
It's like the whole Love Actually thing.
Yeah.
And actually what she'd end up doing is just taking photographs of him, and it would be just like that. And then one Christmas there'd be a knock at the door, and
She'll be there with cue cards.
Yeah.
Playing some stupid music.
Yep.
Yeah.
How was he so sure? How was Andrew Lincoln so sure that she would answer the door?
No idea.
Yeah.
Didn't he pull the cards from behind his back? It wasn't quite hammer space, but he had them behind his back or something.
Yeah, but also he had a tape player with him. I mean, how does he explain that? The guy comes to the door. Oh, all right. What are you doing here? Just standing here, some fucking cards and a ghetto blaster for no reason.
Maybe there's an assumption that because the 2 guys are best friends, that he knew he would never answer the door.
Yeah.
And then it would have been her anyway. Or maybe every time he's been around there to visit, it's always been her that's opened the door. Like, not once has he ever answered the door.
Yeah.
But then again, if I was to do that, it would be just my luck that it would be the one time that he answered the door, and I'd run. I wouldn't run. I'd power walk because I don't run. I'd be out of there.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Bridezilla. I reckon she just needs some space. Then once the wedding's over, she'll be back in the picture. I reckon it's just
Very possibly.
Yeah,
There's an update.
Bridezilla. Yep,
There's an update. Do you want to, I don't know if there's anything of interest in the update. Updating to add, as it was a good suggestion, and or their question I see repeating. I think there's some additional information.
Okay.
She said she hated being a bridesmaid, and I really left the decision up to her. I just wanted her to be part of it in a way that she'd most enjoy.
Well, maybe she's upset that she wasn't actually a bridesmaid.
Well, no, clearly she didn't want to be. She
Well,
said
yeah, maybe
she
that's
hated
right, yeah.
being a bridesmaid. Yeah. Also, photos would have ended before the reception. Oh,
Mhm.
okay. So people are probably asking, well, she wanted to be more involved in the wedding rather than being on the staff, as it were.
Yeah, she wanted some free food.
Yeah. No, I didn't ask for a discount or free photos. I believe in paying artists their worth.
Maybe she.
Here we go. She's banging you. She's hitting you head on with this one.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not being a bridezilla. Lol. Our wedding is pretty small and have been going smoothly thus far. My sibling is my person of honor. Okay, that's fair enough. So it's not like her nose was put out of joint. Another update to add: my fiance isn't cheating on me with said friend. Lol. he wouldn't have come on to her or anything like that. I trust both of them, which makes this hurt all the more.
He wouldn't have come on to her. I mean, he clearly didn't pull out then.
Yeah, well, maybe he didn't, but maybe she didn't. Nobody's come on to anybody, but it could still be. It could be the Love Actually scenario.
Yeah, maybe it could have been, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it could have been. But
Yeah.
I've got to say this, but before you end a sentence and you say something that should be quite a defining statement, if you put lol at the end, it completely negates any faith I have in your sincerity.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not being a bridezilla, lol. Really? My fiance isn't cheating on me with said friend, lol.
Yeah.
It would be like, and here's
is inverted commas.
Yeah, but here's another example that I heard again in a stand-up show, and it was about the confusion of text language, where LOL could have possibly stood for lots of love, but it's like, and it was, you know, oh, your grandfather's died, lol. You're like, hang on a minute, that's not funny. But obviously, what they meant was lots of love. But here, I'm looking at that as it's like, okay, you're trying to be quite serious and saying, I'm not being a bridezilla. Lol. I don't get it. I don't understand. Anyway, what are the comments we got? I'm really interested in what some of the comments are saying.
Although she does sound less of a bridezilla by saying lol.
Maybe.
Because if it was just, I'm not being a bridezilla.
I'm not being a bridezilla.
Yeah, that's how you'd read it. So anyway, yeah, let's have a look. Is there a chance she could romantically love you?
Ooh, yeah, there you go.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Yeah, there you go.
I didn't think of the lesbian angle.
I say maybe it's just too difficult for her because of, like you say, it's still the Love Actually scenario, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
It doesn't matter about the genders.
Just the movie rights would be better.
Well, that's just if they wrote Love Actually today, that will probably be the more likely narrative.
Oh, most likely, yeah.
Rather than back in 2000, whatever.
Yeah,
yeah.
So it wouldn't be about Christmas either.
No.
It definitely wouldn't be. But anyway, let's not go into that. Is there a chance we could I didn't know my childhood BFF, best friend forever, did until adulthood. When I got married and had kids, she had to pull away to protect her emotions. It shattered my heart, but I understand she had to move on with hers. My BFF had boyfriends and everything. So I didn't know. She had a lot of emotional turmoil regarding her Catholicism. Oh, fucking it. Religion.
Catholicism.
And and that's the one.
Yeah.
And being lesbian. I found out as a young adult she tried to deny the feelings as long as she could, but it wrecked her. I just thought she had shitty boyfriends. Well, yeah, she had shitty boyfriends because they were missing her vagina.
There's a late bloomer lesbian sub on Reddit. Okay, thanks for that info.
Oh, okay, brilliant. There's a late bloomer lesbian subreddit that has tons of stories like this. Women realizing later in life that they're in love with friends and struggling brutally on how to continue the friendship. Feel bad for OP's friend if that's the case. Oh, then there's a few more comments along the same line. Blah 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 blah. Because everybody's bisexual these days.
Oh, come on, we got a War and Peace answer here. Let's do it.
Yeah. Oh my God, really?
You want me to read it for you?
I'll be fine. So as long as there's no Catholicism involved. So I'm going to try and answer your actual question instead of trying to figure out what's up with your friend. It's really easy to get caught up in wondering what went wrong, if you did something that hurt her, if you asked too much of her, etc. But it sounds like you're not going to get the answer to that question before the wedding. You sent her a polite message letting her know that you respect her need for some space, that you will miss her at the wedding, and that you are open to talking when she's ready to do so. And that's all you can do. You can't force her to respond on your timeline. It doesn't sound like you've done anything in the lead up to the wedding that would have upset her, and she hasn't explicitly told you that you are the problem. Good point. So for your peace of mind, I think you should take that at face value. Something is going on with her, and she doesn't have the energy to deal with that and being involved in your wedding at the same time. So for now, we're operating under the assumption that her situation has nothing to do with you personally. As long as you're sure that she and your fiance haven't been cheating or he hasn't been hitting on her, there's no reason to think, no reason you would need to know what's going on with her. It may be something personal that she doesn't want to burden you with right now. Maybe she's having feelings about her friend getting married before her. Maybe she's sick. Maybe she's pregnant and doesn't want to steal your thunder. There are so many reasons that could go behind her request for space, and most of them have little to do with you, so it's time to let it go. Hopefully someday she'll tell you why, but that's out of your control. Of course, you're going to feel upset that your friend isn't going to be at your wedding after all. That's a natural reaction. Just make sure not to take out your hurt feelings on her or anyone else. I'd suggest taking a weekend to let those feelings out. Let yourself be sad. Cry over it if you feel like it. Watch a sad, sappy movie and get some cathartic release. If it's still bothering you a lot, try talking to a neutral third party, a therapist, a religious work leader, someone that won't spread rumors that get back to your friend. After that, just keep reminding yourself that her behavior is out of your control. The only thing you can control is your own actions and reactions. Accept that she won't be there and adjust your plans. I will miss friend, but I will still have a lovely day, even if she can't be there. Have a prepared response for anyone who might ask where she is. On the day of the wedding, something came up or the friend couldn't make it. If they push, tell them it's private or personal and not your place to discuss. Then, redirect the conversation back to something else. The decorations, the music, their outfit or hair, how family members are doing, whatever small talk works for you. When sadness that she isn't there comes up, take a breath and remind yourself that you've done nothing wrong and you can still have a wonderful day even if your friend can't be there. Wow.
That sounds like a real Joey's final thoughts moment, doesn't it?
It really does. That's actually a really good comment.
Yeah, that was a really, really well thought out response. I like that.
Yeah. From Purple Midnight Yak.
Kind of ruined it there with the name, but
yeah, I know. No, actually, a great response. Because she's assuming it's got something to do with a wedding or something that she's got to worry about. But actually, yeah. I mean, sometimes people just fall off the, face of the earth and they've got to deal with stuff. She's clearly needs to deal with stuff, and having a wedding to go to, let alone do the photographs for, is just a little bit, too much extra for her.
I agree.
That's the best way of looking at it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
there you go. I think that's a good final moment.
I think that's an excellent stepping off point, especially considering no buggers in the chat.
Exactly. And no one's watching, so whatever.
Nobody's watching. Nobody's watching. Nobody's in the chat. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
And we may as well switch off and have the rest of the conversation, just the two of us.
Yeah. Just the two of us.
Yeah. Plus we've hit 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
So there we go. You've had 2 hours of this nonsense, and there we go.
There we go.
Yeah. So what's the takeaway from today's show?
Do your job. Don't be a dick.
Yeah. Good. Excellent. And on that note, if you've got anything to add, or you've got anything to say, or you were sat in the chat deciding not to say anything because you were too afraid, you can still comment on the video. You can still get in touch. You can DM me at Ted James Media, or you can email the show at
cjandted@thetuesdayshow.co.uk.
Absolutely. And that just leaves me to say until next week, next Friday, goodbye.
Bye, everybody. Thanks. I'll fuck that one up.
That's okay.
Bye.